Greetings, guitar engineers. I'm Desi Cerna. If you want to sound great on the guitar and make good progress, you need the right tools for the trade. Here are my recommendations for choosing the best gear and getting the perfect tones for your favorite styles of music. We'll start with choosing the right guitar. There are two main types of guitars you can choose from, an acoustic guitar and an electric guitar. Which one should you start with? It depends on which styles of music you intend to play. If you intend to play music that's mostly played on an acoustic guitar, then get an acoustic guitar. If you intend to play styles of music that are mainly played on an electric guitar, then get an electric guitar. If you're like me and you're interested in a variety of styles of music, get both. Now, you might hear people say that you should start on an acoustic guitar and then graduate to an electric guitar. The idea is you should start on the acoustic and you should develop some fundamental skills before you move to an electric guitar. This is a popular idea, however, I disagree with it. Electric guitars are usually easier to play. Beginners have enough trouble as it is. Making the learning process more manageable by playing a guitar that is easier to play could mean the difference between someone sticking with it or giving up. Plus, a lot of beginner guitar players want to play electric guitar, and they will be more motivated to practice when they have one in their hands. So, I always like to tell my students to choose the guitar that they are most interested in playing. Now let's talk about choosing an acoustic guitar. The first thing you want to do is determine your budget. Fortunately, you don't have to spend a lot of money. Many of the guitars that are manufactured in Asian countries are good. Next, when it comes to an acoustic guitar's specs, there is nothing specific you need to look for. You should choose a guitar that feels comfortable in your hands and sounds good to your ears. You should try different makes and models so you find one that feels like a good fit. You want to find a guitar that you enjoy playing, so you play a lot. You can also consider a guitar's appearance. Looking good is important too, and it can increase your motivation to play. Finally, if you intend to play in situations that require amplification, get an acoustic electric guitar, which is an acoustic guitar fitted with electronics. Next, let's talk about choosing an electric guitar. Your budget is the first thing you should take into consideration. Again, Asian-made instruments are affordable and good quality, so you don't need to spend a lot of money. The amount you spend on a guitar is less important than the time you spend playing it. So choose a guitar that you'll enjoy picking up often and playing a lot. The main thing to take into consideration when choosing an electric guitar is the pickups and the pickup configuration. There are two categories of guitar pickups. There are single coils and humbuckers. Fender Stratocaster and Telecaster type guitars usually come equipped with single coil pickups. Gibson Les Paul and PRS style guitars usually come equipped with humbuckers, which are actually two single coils joined together. In this case, they're also covered. Generally speaking, humbuckers are quieter, higher output pickups that take distortion better. So they are good for hard rock and heavy metal music. If you're a fan of bands such as AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, and Metallica, then get a guitar with humbucking pickups. If you prefer the sounds of Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and John Mayer, get a guitar with single coils. If you're into country music or the Rolling Stones, then get a Telecaster type guitar, which is configured with just two single coil pickups. I think it's best to have one guitar with humbuckers and one guitar with single coils. You'll be able to cover a lot of ground this way. If you want the best of both worlds, get an HSS type guitar. HSS stands for humbucker, single coil, single coil. An HSS guitar has a humbucker in the bridge position for Les Paul-like sounds, and then two single coils in the middle and neck position for strat tones. The most important thing to do when choosing an electric guitar is to not overthink it. Choose a guitar that feels good and inspires you, then focus your attention on playing it. Your goal is to get good at playing the guitar, not shopping for a guitar. Next, I want to talk about setting up your guitar. There are different adjustments you can make to your guitar to set it up for optimal playing. This process is called a setup. Among other things, a setup involves making adjustments to the metal truss rod that runs along the guitar neck on the inside. The truss rod allows you to adjust the amount of bow in your neck. The amount of bow in your neck determines the height of the strings off the fretboard. The string height is called the action. High action makes your guitar more difficult to play because you have to push the strings farther down to the fretboard. This extra pushing can cause your fretted notes to sound out of tune also. If the action is too low, then the strings will buzz and rattle and fretted pitches won't ring clearly. It's critical to set up your guitar so that you can fret notes with a minimal amount of pressure, but also reduce any unwanted string noise. Regardless of which type of guitar you choose, make sure it gets a proper setup. A proper setup can make a huge difference in how easily your guitar plays, especially when you move around the fretboard and play bar chords. Don't expect a guitar to have a good setup right out of the box. I recommend you take your guitar to an experienced guitar tech so you can know for sure that everything is adjusted correctly. Next, I want to talk about choosing a guitar amp. The guitar amp that you plug into plays an equal role to that of the guitar in producing a good sound. Moreover, the amp that you choose is the most significant factor in determining how much you play and how effective your practice time is. I assume you'll be spending most of your time practicing at home. For this reason, you want a small, low-powered amp that you can play at a comfortable bedroom level. Stay away from high-powered amps that are intended for use on large stages. I also recommend you choose an amp that features a headphones output and an audio input. Using headphones is a great way to practice silently so you don't disturb others. You can get in a lot of good nighttime practice this way. And if you're self-conscious about your playing, headphones provide you with privacy. So look into getting a good pair of either in-ear or over-the-ear headphones so your guitar and the music you play along with sounds high quality. Your guitar time should be spent playing along with music. And in order for your practice time to be most effective, you need to hear all of the instrumentation you play along with clearly. This involves listening carefully to the drums and the bass so you can stay in time with the music and lock in with the groove. You also want to hear your guitar in the mix like you're part of the band. For these reasons, you should connect your audio device to the aux input on your practice amp, or play the music through something else that has an adequate amount of volume and low end. Next, I want to talk about choosing guitar effects. Amplifying your guitar is not enough. Most of the guitar sounds you hear in recorded music include effects. The effects include overdrive and distortion, plus reverb, delay, chorus, and others. Adding effects is how you sculpt your tone and give your sound more sustain, depth, and dimension. So never play with a dry signal. You will sound better when you dial in tones similar to the songs you play. And you will have more fun when your sound is brought to life by the right combination of effects. Many practice amps come with built-in effects, so you don't need to use any external pedals. If your amp doesn't include any effects, or doesn't include enough effects, then you can add effects pedals into your signal chain before the amp. The most essential effects are distortion and overdrive, reverb and delay, so make sure you at least have those effects built into your amp, or get some pedals to do the job. When choosing effects pedals, I would select ones that are inexpensive and have a lot of good reviews, and I would stick with units that have simple control layouts. I would avoid multi-effects processors unless you want to spend a lot of time figuring out how to adjust effects parameters in an interface. Now, regarding the difference between overdrive and distortion, overdrive is what you need to sound like Tom Petty or Stevie Ray Vaughan. You can think of overdrive as being a lighter, more natural distortion, and distortion as being a heavier sound with more sizzle. Okay, so now let's review all of my recommendations and go over my guitar gear checklist. If you're like most guitar players, you listen to a variety of rock music and you would like to reproduce the typical sounds that you hear on rock radio stations. You also want to make the best of your practice time and take advantage of every opportunity you have to play at home. If this is the case for you, then here are the pieces of gear you need to get. Number 1, an acoustic or an acoustic electric guitar. Number 2, an electric guitar with single-coil pickups. Number 3, an electric guitar with humbucking pickups. Number 4, a small low-powered guitar practice amp with a headphone output and an audio input. Number 5, distortion, overdrive, delay, and reverb effects that are either built into an amp or come from external effects pedals. Number 6, a good pair of either in-ear or over-the-ear headphones. And finally, number 7, a capo and a variety of guitar picks. One more thing I want to talk about is what you should do with all of this guitar gear. After you acquire all of this useful guitar gear, what should you do with it? Play music. What's the best way to play music? Play songs. Playing songs is how you put the gear to good use. Playing songs is also how you develop the skills to play with other people and reach all your playing goals. Don't waste the money you spend on gear by noodling aimlessly. Get on a structured plan that teaches you how to play popular songs so you can sound great, make good progress, and play with confidence. Need help putting together a plan? Go to my website at guitarmusictheory.com. Answer the questions I ask you about your playing. Choose the answer that best describes you and get free custom video instruction calibrated to your current level. Learn how to progressively play and sound better today in as little as 33 minutes. Go to guitarmusictheory.com. Thanks for watching. I'm Desi Cerna. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on that little bell icon to receive alerts when new videos are uploaded. Also, click like, leave me some comments below, and stay tuned for more. Now I got to pick up all of these guitar picks.